Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. Now I will explain to you about stereotype. Before then, I will introduce myself. My name is Adelina Syakinawaty Dongoran. A stereotype is generalization of people groups based on past experience, which are deep rooted in the psyche of the people. In another definition, it is said that stereotype is a fixed idea or image that many people have a particular type of person, thing, or event, but sometimes is it not true in reality. Cultural stereotypes mean applying both evidence and our existing beliefs about the member of that cultural group. Stereotypes are called idiosyncratic if only an individual uses them, or they are social or collective if they are widely shared by a group of people. In everyday use, the concept of the stereotype is used in various contexts. Usually the word stereotype is used to refer to members of some kind of collective. Firemen encourage blondes are less intelligent, Italians are noisy, and so forth. The term stereotype itself is exactly used for the first time by Walter Lippmann in 1922, is used today to mean a readily available image of a given social group, usually based on rock, often negative generalization. In intercultural communication, in particular, it is vital to distinguish between what is part of a person's cultural background and what is part of their personality. In Figure 4.1, Hofstede used the model of the pyramid to illustrate three levels of uniqueness in human mental programming. Every person is in some way like other people, some or none. We do and think some things because we are humans. For instance, we want to sleep, eat, and survive. These are universal inherited characteristics. We also do and think some things because of our culture. This might determine, for instance, when we eat and sleep, and how far we try to survive. These are characteristics which are specific to a particular group of people and are learned. We also do and think some things because of our individual personality. These characteristics are specific to us as individuals and are both inherited and learned. When trying to understand the behavior of a person, it is important to consider all of these three levels. Within a culture, there will be a range of attitudes, beliefs, values, and behavior. It is possible to generalize about culture, but care should be taken in applying those generalizations to individuals. When we meet an individual, we can tell where they are on the range. When a person makes inference about a new person or about some social event, they use their existing knowledge to reduce uncertainty in the situation. The less one knows about the object, the more one uses stereotypical generalization. In an intercultural setting, one of the goals of the participants is getting to know the attitudes and personality of the communication partner. Often, stereotypes are understood to be detrimental to intercultural communication, and the elimination of stereotypes was believed to be a prerequisite for any successful intercultural exchange. Many people see stereotypes as generalized that members of society impose on others with whom they are unfamiliar or do not understand. The less we know about the other, the more we hang on stereotypes. Cultural or national stereotypes are both descriptive and prescriptive. In nature, they are perceivers share beliefs about the characteristics of a target group and at some time they also function as social expectation. Cultural or national stereotypes are both descriptive and prescriptive in nature. They are perceivers share beliefs about the characteristics of the target group and at the same time they also function as social expectations. Kinds of stereotypes. Kind of stereotype is divided into four parts, and the first national stereotypes, two racial stereotypes, three political stereotypes, and four gender stereotypes. So I will discuss about the first is nationality stereotypes. Nationality stereotype is a system of culture-specific beliefs connected with the nationality of a person. The system includes beliefs concerning those properties of human beings that may vary across nations, such as appearance, language, food, habit, psychological traits, attitudes, values, and etc. Here are some national stereotypes famous in the world. There are American, Arabs, Argentinians, Australians, Belgians, Brazilians, British or UK, Chinese, French, Germans, Greek, Indians, Indonesians, Italians, Israelis, Jamaicans, Japanese, South Korean, Malaysia, Mexicans, Nigerians, Pakistanis, Russians, and Singaporeans. 2. Racial stereotypes. There are examples of racial stereotypes too. For instance, the Asians are stereotyped to be good at mathematics. The black are stereotyped to be good at athletics and dancing. This can be regarded as positive stereotype. Other stereotypes like all Muslims are terrorists is a negative stereotype and many more. Three, political stereotypes. There are also examples of political stereotypes. The stereotypes have been deep-rooted in the mindset of general public because of the general interpretations of the policies of the political party. Political stereotypes include all Democrats are liberals, all Republicans are racist, religion-based parties are hypocrite, all Democrats are stupid, and all Republicans are against the working man. 4. Gender stereotype. Depiction of the depiction of men in media strongly suggests that they are strong, even throws an active paving way for them to be stereotyped in that manner. On the other hand, the depiction of women suggests that they are good at performing household chores and taking care of their appearance, and they are eventually stereotyped by these traits. Examples of gender stereotypes are: men are masculine, women are good cooks, men are strong, even-throws and brave, women are in charge of a house, the men are in charge of finance, and etc. B. Stereotype in media. Many films, advertisements, and television programs show men engaged in physically demanding pursuits such as sport, rock climbing, and beach surfing or canoeing. In literature and art, stereotypes are created or predictable characters or situations. Related to this, Violet H. Harada, James 1996, conducted a research about stereotypes and biases in recent Asian American fiction for adolescents. Several generalizations emerged from his study. The prevailing image of Asian Americans as a member of a modern minority appeared in over half of the fiction. To a lesser extent, Asian American characters were described as Asian is physical but strived to be American on the inside. Inaccurate or restated mention of cultural details, although accurate reference to Japanese culture, were limited to discussion on ikebana, the art of flower arrangement, and zen. The only aspect of culture shared by the Chinese was reference to eating rice and drinking tea. Thank you for watching my presentation slide. Alright, this is all I can say more and I less apologies. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.